Hello, and welcome to Weed and Grub.
What up, buds? Quick plug up top. If you live in Los Angeles, come to my show at the Comedy Store Thursday, 1:25, 8 p.m. Glazer's after party, although I might need to change it to pre-party because when we were Wednesdays at 10:30, it was an after party. Now it's a pre-party.
Or just a party.
So come to my party at the Comedy Store. Neil Brennan, Luke Schwartz, Leonard Smith Jr., Omid Singh, and I'm working on two more, not dudes. So count on that. I will also have a bunch of yang wah wah wah. I know that now we have new YouTube subscribers, so I can't use the words I want to for those experiences, but it's a great time. It always sells out. So come to my show at the Comedy Store, 1:25, 8 p.m.
Heck yes, hell of a time slot.
Yeah.
Congratulations, jumping into the new year with a hot 8 o'clock.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
It feels really good to, well, I mean, you've been a massive supporter of that show all last year. Like, I mean, from DJing to bringing friends out to helping me book comedians. And I'll tell you what, Wednesday at 10:30 at night, tough sell, tough ticket.
I loved coming to that show. It was a great lineup every time. You always bring the heat as the host and a comedian. And it's just like, this is exciting for you to level up into this 8 p.m. slot because it's been such a phenomenal fucking show. And we've just needed more people to come out. Wednesday at 10:30. It's rough. But I loved being there every time. So congratulations on this new time slot. And I'm so excited to see what the new year brings for you.
Thank you, Mary Jane. I can't wait to see what the new year brings for you too.
Thanks.
Is this our first
No, we were here last week.
Okay. Well, what up, Mary Jane?
How's it going, Mike?
Great. Welcome to Weed and Grub, everyone. This is a podcast about comedy,
Cannabis,
cooking,
culture,
calling shit out,
and memory
and memories.
Recall.
Ooh, actually, it is about recall.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we have so many things that happened recently that we are going to be celebrating today.
Oh, okay.
Okay, first and foremost.
Other way. Yeah.
I went viral end of last year for my Taylor Swift joke.
An excellent joke.
I should have written for Joe Coy.
Oh my God. Did you watch the Golden Globes?
I watched them through Twitter clips.
Which is really the only way that you need to watch them. I actually sat down for the first time in a long time and watched the whole awards show. So I cringed in real time with the rest of the world.
Oof.
Tough
job. Don't wish it on anyone.
Sure.
Great money. Tough gig.
Fine. Swing and a hard miss though on every level. Yeah, not okay.
And he had a bad Taylor Swift joke where she served him a sip and a stare.
I mean, she was wearing the most gorgeous venom green dress and everyone was like, it represents money. And I was like, it also represents how fucking like powerful she is if you fuck with her because she can like shoot you down with a stare just like any fucking venomous creature. Like she just narrowed her eyes slightly and sipped her drink and everyone was like, ooh.
The cool thing about that too, and I'll get to another point in a moment, but so to me, green means renewal, new year. And there was a lot of Swifties on Twitter where I was following everything saying old her would have fake laughed at that to appease and new her does not have time for these fools and their games. And so to me, that green dress also represents a renewal or a growth.
Yes, I think she represents all of how all women want to move forward in 2024, which is not fucking dealing with the fuckery and saying it's okay. No. Absolutely no. Fuck no, bitch. Absolutely not. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm not going to make you feel okay because you failed with your joke and laugh politely at it. No, not doing it.
That's what's up. Well, my joke was great.
Your joke was fucking great.
And it blew up. Shout out Travis Kelce. Thank you for faving it. And now my algorithm on my TikTok.
Wait, you got to say what the joke is for anyone who doesn't know. It's a great joke.
I'll abridge it. I just, I don't want to run material by you on here.
No, I know. But for any listener who hasn't heard the joke, you got to have some context.
I took mushrooms and went to go see the movies. I went to the movies, took a bunch of mushrooms. The only thing playing when I got there was The Exorcist. I tripped so hard And I got so scared and I felt so bad leaving The Exorcist that I snuck into anything else just to cleanse my palate. And it turns out the only thing playing was Taylor Swift's Eras movie. And I'm tripping. And it turns out that she is touched by God because I danced with a gay guy and 4 young girls for the next 2 hours, cleansed my soul. She made it happen. And I left there being like, we all Barbenheimered. We all went to see Barbie and Oppenheimer. But if you can do yourself the favor and Swift, you will be a better person for it. And
fantastic.
Yeah. And
so good.
Travis Kelce faved it, which means he hopefully showed it to her. And now my algorithm and my explore page is all like Taylor Swift fans, things adjacent to Taylor. It's a supportive community. Everyone is kind. Everyone has hobbies and is working on things that they're making themselves better. Like I saw somebody hold up a ceramic thing. They're like, I'm trying. And all these people were like, it looks great. Keep going. Let's do it. And they're all Taylor Swift fans. I don't know another algorithm that has that kind of like kindness and support but hers. And I'm so happy to be a very small peripheral part of that community. It's just making me feel better as a human being.
I would say beyond it being an algorithm, it's a community and a movement, and a new wave of young feminism, that embraces everyone. Like it's not feminism that's just for girls and women. It's feminism that embraces men and boys and the trans community and the queer community. Like we're all just like being pro woman power and woman empowerment in a way that benefits all of us. And it's not like excluding anyone, but it is very much about like, 2023 was, I just read a story that was like, it was the year of the girl. And then someone else quoted and they were like, it was the year of the woman. Come on, let's be real about this. But about like femininity and power being synonymous and not one being, a submissive thing, but like she's so powerful and she's bringing people together with that power. I love it.
Yeah. I put a little thank you on my TikTok where I was like, honestly, none of us know each other. I'm happy to be here. Y'all are making me feel great. Thanks so much. And somebody just wrote like, welcome, friend.
Nice.
And I was like, hell yeah, friend.
That feels good.
It does feel good.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
It's interesting you say the girl versus woman thing too, because I've really tried to fix my language where I'm like, what's up, girl? Instead of being like, I was talking to this woman. And I got nervous about posting my thank you to the Taylor Swift algorithm and community because I don't want to be a man around young girls. That is not my intention with anything. And then I looked at who was commenting on my stuff and who it was, and it truly is girls and women. It is all shapes, all sizes, all demographics, all ages. There's dudes in there. There's other me's in there. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this feels like I can actually have gratitude for this, and I can also have some fun in here as well.
Yeah, and I think something that I think a lot about is just that we're all people. I mean, that's like been a big sort of like fun debatable point on one of the videos that I made where I talked about pregnant people, and someone was like, losing their shit, and I was like, listen, there's no harm in talking about people. Women being people in an inclusive way where that means women and girls and people with uteruses who don't identify as women, non-binary, trans people. Like it's just, we can just call them all people. Mm-hmm. So that's an easy way to sort of like get around the like, am I worried about like an age gate or, any of that kind of stuff. But anyway, I think you're doing a great job, Mike. Like just, interacting with like a community of people where you're like, I'm learning things as I'm going and I'm trying to do better. It's awesome.
Yeah. And I can also have my Comedy Store friends where we just make fart sounds and interrupt each other while we smoke weed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All can be true.
We love to see men existing in spaces that make them slightly uncomfortable while learning and trying to do better. And then also just going and hanging out with their dudes and being like, yeah, that's great.
You would fit in. You do fit in so well with that sound.
Thank you so much.
Do you ever do the double hand?
No.
The armpit?
Please go for it.
Oh, the double hand?
Yeah.
Oh, I've lost my touch.
Oh, no.
Sixth grade me would be so mad.
You've aged out of the double hand fart.
I've aged out of my double hand fart.
I can do. Like,
put your hands to your mouth. Give it a go.
Okay. No. I don't
wow.
know
what happened to us?
Yeah, we just grow.
We grow out of the double hand fart. Unreal. Okay, my New Year's resolutions are as follows. Get good at the double hand fart again for the first time in a while. Mm-hmm. Learn how to roll joints quick, easy, and with precision.
Okay.
That's it. I'm good after that.
Great.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Farting and joint rolling.
Move your way through the world. Have everyone love you and fall in love with you at a party. They're going to be like, great. Mike Glazer's here. Thank God. Please do the fart and roll a joint. Thank God he's here.
One more time.
Try it again.
Okay.
Wow. You're like Joe Coy on stage at the Golden Globes. Just fucking blowing it.
Just bombing. Bombing.
Wow. Well, I love that you're in that algo. You're in the T-Swift community. That's what is floating you through the first part of this new year.
Thanks. I'm so embarrassed.
Please don't be.
Oh
You
man.
can come back like next week and demonstrate for all of us how you've learned to do it again.
Yeah. Give me a week. Give me a week, and I got this.
Can I say something about my algorithm and what it floated me into?
Oh, please.
I got notification this week that not once but twice, iconic supermodel from my fucking girlhood and heyday of the 80s and 90s, Helena Christensen, famous Danish Victoria's Secret model, fucking supermodel of the one name, I don't wake up for less than $10,000, Linda Evangelista, Naomi Campbell, fucking like of that era of the supermodels.
Yeah.
Liked not one, but two of my sandwich videos.
Amazing.
Holy macaroni.
Oh, look at her.
I mean, I cannot believe that those eyes looked at my face and then hit like twice. She's so fucking cool. And she also does a bunch of philanthropy work. She works with cancer research and climate change organizations. And like, I think she's in her 50s now. And she's just like, she's Danish. So she's fucking radically cool in so many fucking ways. And she's just, I've known who she is my whole life, and I've looked up to her my whole life as just an incredible, powerful woman, gorgeous, beauty, iconic, and blew my mind. I was like, holy shit. She looked at my sandwich and she liked it.
She looked at my sandwich and she liked it.
And then she liked another one, which was about emasculation. I was like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So that was nice. Thank you.
That's very cool.
Felt
For
real
everyone, because we do have a bunch of new folks here from Try Guys, which we'll get into in a moment.
Oh, yeah.
But for everyone who doesn't know your sandwich series, like I had to explain my joke, please hit them with what the sandwich series is.
I have a social media project where I make myself sandwiches and talk about sexism and misogyny and reproductive rights and other things that interest and affect me and women and girls and people around the world. And I started it after a bunch of dudes told me to go make them a sandwich. I wrote an essay about sexism, and those were the comments, and I was like, wait, what? And so now this is my passion project. And I put out two or three videos a week.
On what handle?
At It's the Mayo for Me on all platforms.
There it is.
Thanks, Mike.
And it's growing.
It is growing.
You popped off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. A double fave?
Yeah.
Nice.
It felt real good.
Maybe you'll end up making a sandwich with her.
I mean, dreams. I have plans and dreams, and making sandwiches with iconic women from all backgrounds is a big piece of it. Like, I would love to sit down with Helena Christensen and Padma Lakshmi and Rachel Maddow and Michelle Obama and, literally anyone, and just be like, what is your sandwich? How do you make your sandwich? And also tell me about your life as a person in your field as a woman.
Wow, that would be cool. Taraji P. Henson?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, we could just sit here and name amazing women for the next half hour.
I could do it.
Could you? Name a woman.
I've seen that.
Have you seen that? Where
so
guys
funny.
just panic and they're like, Hillary Clinton.
I saw one dude look at the dog and say Maggie to his girlfriend. And it was like, the dog? It was like, It was very funny. Yeah.
It's so, I really do enjoy those videos, those TikToks where like women are just trying to catch dudes out being idiots. Like, do you know the pumpkin bar recipe one?
No.
There was.
Trick me. Can you trick me?
I get, so yeah, pretend, if we live together, I'd be like, hey, Mike, if I sent you to the store with a grocery list to make nachos and everything was on that list except for tortilla chips, would you or would you not buy tortilla chips?
I would, but I would be like, this fool forgot to write the most important ingredient. And then I would come home and I would act like I didn't buy them. And I would do this whole bit and I would make this whole thing, not a scene. I wouldn't try and make you feel bad. I'd be like, they weren't on the list. And then I would like a hero coming through the fog, like a Lil Rel at the end of Get Out, saving the day. I would come back through with the tortilla chips and be like, I'm just kidding. Of course I got them.
Yeah, I think you would get a red flag on that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, the original story of what happened was this
no.
fucking dude went to the store. His wife had sent him with a list to make, I think it was pumpkin bars.
Uh-huh.
And she hadn't put canned pumpkin on the list. So he made a TikTok about how he was going to teach her a fucking lesson because basically he called home and she declined the call. And then he called again to see if they needed pumpkin and she declined the call again. So he did not buy the canned pumpkin. And then she called him on his way back home from the store. And she was like, yeah, I need canned pumpkin. Can you go back and get it? And he was like, absolutely not. And it was this whole thing where he was like, I'm going to teach her a lesson, yada, yada. And every woman was like, why didn't you just buy the fucking canned pumpkin if you knew she needed canned pumpkin for the pumpkin bars? She's got a lot going on. She forgot to write it down. You know that's an ingredient. Why are you being a fucking weird, like, controlling asshole about it?
Totally. Yeah, I guess I'm unfortunately in his same camp, and I slid right into the trap that I asked you to set. Here's how dumb I am. Hey, Mary Jane, will you set a trap so I can walk right into it?
Here you go, Mike.
Snap.
Looney Tune sound.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Because the green flag partners are the ones who are like, you know, so the woman's like, hey, babe, if I sent you to the store with a list for nachos and tortilla chips weren't on it, what would you do? And he's like, buy tortilla chips, of course.
Yeah.
And just assume that you forgot them. And then, you know, if we already have them, I would just be like, now we have more.
Now we have more. That absolutely. Mm-hmm. I do not stand with this man about well, if it wasn't on there and I don't know if you need it, then I'm not going to get it.
And I'm going to teach you a lesson about it and put it on TikTok. Like,
yeah, I don't love all of that. I mean, the idea of like, there's two types of people, right? Like, I think about this action. Oh, I wish I could show it to you. There is an Action Bronson clip from his new season of F That's Delicious, and it opens and they're in Italy, and there's two men outside drinking wine, and he comes out with a plate of cheese, and he goes, have some cheese, and one guy grabs it and goes, awesome. The other guy goes, oh, not right now. I have my retainer in. I'd have to take it out. And Action goes, no, my retainer. I got my retainer in. And he goes, don't put that on. And Action goes, you should have been cool, dude. You should have just taken the cheese, said thank you, and then taken your retainer out later. We're on camera. That is what it is. And he's like, let's try it again. And then he comes back out with the cheese, and the guy goes, oh, man, amazing. And Action Bronson goes, see, how good does that feel? And I think about that every day. The person who shut down the cheese versus the person who just says yes and is thankful and handles their version of whatever that is later. Right. You know what I mean? You got to yes and. Get that pumpkin, dude. What are you doing?
Get the fucking pumpkin. Don't salt the latkes behind someone's back.
Yes, exactly. And if it happens once, it can never happen again.
Yes.
Word.
So good on all of that. Well, that was a good rollicking. I've even lost track of where we were going from there.
Oh, I'll look at our list because we're so prepared.
We have topics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this actually ties in because you were talking about grocery shopping and you wanted to talk about when we're going to be rich this year because we're manifesting six-figure lives.
Abundance, thinking this year, growth, new things, good, welcoming the good in, letting go everything that doesn't work. And yes, it just made me think. I was shopping at there's a warehouse in North Hollywood that is European imports. All sorts of crazy, like super, you can buy caviar and truffles and all that sort of stuff, or you can just buy like really nice jam and biscuits. You can buy chocolate croissants. I got you some compound butter from there for Christmas.
Ooh, if anyone listening, I just swallowed involuntarily, and I bet some other people did too. Holy smokes.
You could hear the click.
You just got my juices flowing.
There's a whole section dedicated to just Portuguese sardines. There's an entire freezer where you can just dive in and get French beautiful croissants and baked goods. There's like the cheese section is wild. And I was thinking about how I could spend money if I had an unlimited food budget, how I would spend my money, because I live really well. I live alone. I shop for myself. I don't, I'm not shopping for a household or anything. So I'm already like pretty bougie with my shopping. But I was thinking like, what would a day in your dream shopping look like if someone said, okay, you have a dinner party for 12 tonight.
Yeah.
And you have an unlimited budget. Dream as big as you like. And you have a sous chef. Or maybe you don't even necessarily need to cook. Like
I don't really think I even need a sous.
Well, or you're just like cooking to stock your kitchen, and then you're going to get a professional person come in and actually cook the dinner.
100%.
But like, what would your dream stocking of the fridge look like? Where would you go?
Mhm.
What would you have flown in? Like, I was just thinking, like, it would be fun to dream about that for a minute.
I love that. Can I add weed into it? Because weed is so tied into like big,
Absolutely.
luxurious, rich meals for me. And like,
Yes.
and pot's a big part of that.
Yeah, you got to bong appetit your pantry.
What a fun game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to our friends who created that show, Vanessa Leverado and
Barack Obama.
Abdullah Saeed.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that whole gang. They're fucking amazing. If you haven't watched it, it's a great fucking show.
So I was in Zanku the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought about how amazing
Wait a
it
second.
would
Did you
be.
say Barack Obama?
Yeah. I
Sorry.
thought he did Bong Appetit.
My brain took that long to catch up. What the fuck are you talking about?
Wasn't he the EP of Bong Appetit?
I don't understand why that's a joke.
Just because it's not real and there's no way it could be real. And so I said something that is as far away from reality
I thought
as
I missed
possible.
like some like connection to Barack Obama actually being okay.
No, but I wouldn't watch his new movie. It's not good. The one on Netflix. Anyway, we don't have to get into that.
Okay.
The point is, it was a bad joke.
No, I'm not. Just truly was like, I don't want to step on or miss something that was like a thing. But you're saying that I just missed an absurd moment that wasn't connected to anything.
I would argue you didn't miss anything.
Okay. Carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think most would agree. You didn't miss much.
Okay. Got it.
So I was in Zanku, and if we're gonna talk dinner party, I'm done with chocolate fountains. I'm done with fondue. I'm done with buffets. I want carve your own big spiral rotisserie meat in the middle of the table. I want a lamb and a steak and a chicken on a vertical spit spinning around in the middle of my dining room where everyone can help themselves to hunks and hunks and hunks of meat.
Wow.
How awesome would that be?
Holy shit. Have you ever been to a churrascaria?
I have not gone yet. I know what it is, and I would love to go.
Yes.
Green side up all day long.
Just like giant swordfuls and skewers coming in your direction with men holding dripping plates of fucking everything.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Like I'm on a like abridged carnivore diet right now. Abridged just because I'm not doing it fully. But I'll tell you what, if I had rotating meat spits in my kitchen at all times, I would be real happy, and I'd be dialed in diet wise.
Phenomenal.
Right?
Okay.
That's a big dream for me.
Yeah. Also, I love the idea of like 2024, we are over fondant fountains and what was the other thing that you said about fondue
Mhm.
and buffets, because those are all like, we don't need the germ. The
I'm done with jacuzzi
microbes.
eating.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Ugh.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I don't need a bunch of hands in my spa.
No.
Yeah.
Great. Hygienic meals for one moving forward.
Please.
Got it.
What else would be there for me? I'll tell you what, I'm a big caviar bump guy.
Oh.
So I wouldn't mind like a little caviar bump on my pillow every single night. Like get rid of the Andes mint. Give me a little like snooze bump.
Post sleep caviar. Just
Like when I want to go to bed, I need a little thing of caviar on a cracker on my pillow.
oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, that'd be
on
great.
a little bleenie.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then weed wise, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind that. Like if there was some kind of like dab fountain where it's just this broiling thing of concentrate that you can just
Jesus.
stick a straw in and take a big rip at any time.
Oh my God.
That I wouldn't mind.
That's crazy. Okay.
Some kind of geyser situation.
Jesus.
Like if I'm going to dream big, you know how like a great dab or even a hot knife it's all that vapor coming up all at once. If we could make a geyser in my backyard next to the fire pit where you just drop like a pound of concentrate in there and you can just stick your head over the geyser at any time and take a big hit, and using the earth's heat to heat up that concentrate, I think that'd be a real fun way to smoke weed.
Okay. Dreaming as big as you could possibly go.
big as I can
don't
possibly
even
go.
know how geothermally, I don't know how any of that would work, but it sounds crazy.
Well,
You're
when I
talking
went
about
to like Capetta's birthday party and we went to the what's the place where they do all the tricks and flip the shrimp into your Benihana. We went there and we were all joking about how fun it would be to take a dab off of the Benihana grill.
Uh-huh.
And so all I'm thinking is like if I went to Yellowstone and I dropped
Old Faithful?
and I dropped a little hash in Old Faithful, and then stuck my head over it and just get ripped.
You're just making me think of like all of the fucking dudes who have like blown things up in their backyard and it's gone wrong that I've seen on TikTok. Have you ever seen that one where the guy does like the giant like baking soda and vinegar fountain and basically like it explodes into his whole backyard?
Yes.
I could just imagine you doing that, but like with hash oil. It's like, well, that was the end of Mike Glazer.
That's the end of me. All the firefighters are just sitting down and looking at the sky.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just you like trapped in amber like a bug against the side of your house. Like, whoops, he went overboard with the old BHO. He thought it would be cool. It was his end.
It was.
Arguably a cool way to go.
Yeah. Oh, if I'm the Luke Skywalker of Earth.
What are you talking
Isn't
about?
he the guy?
Harrison Ford.
Ah,
Come
shit.
on.
Dropped
Han
it.
Solo. Yeah, it's Han Solo in Carbon.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I should have quit and just said, what about you, Mary Jane?
No, I think that's actually fucking hilarious. I think it would be so funny if you're like, hey, everybody, come on over. Everyone gets a caviar bump before bed. Before that, we have meat sticks on platters for everyone. But first, let's do this BHO experiment where I'm going to drop a pound of oil onto like some geothermal vent that I've dug up for the occasion. And then you just blow everyone sky high. Like... There's no TikTok influencer who has ever managed to fucking like outdo something like that. And I do have friends who, man, back in the like day before dabs were really even a thing, when it was still like truly like hash hot knives, all that kind of stuff, and dabs were just becoming a thing. And I was learning about it from all my friends who worked at High Times. A couple of them actually did try to manufacture their own BHO and nearly blew up their kitchen. Like, it's really manufacturing. You know, if you're doing that stuff at home and you're not doing a solventless extraction, like you're actually using an extractor with some solvent, that shit can be crazy dangerous. There was a warehouse that blew up in downtown LA, I think even last year, where they were manufacturing some distillate or whatever they were trying to make. So I think that would be fun, Mike. That would be a good way to ring in your birthday this year.
Yeah, March 28th. Come watch me explode.
Oh my God. Mine is so much more sedate and boring.
Or at least you're going to be alive for it, to enjoy it.
I would definitely be alive for it. It'd be like everyone gets like a 5 milligram edible made with solventless and, you know.
Yeah, what's your rich shop dream?
My rich shopping dream would involve so much French butter. So much French butter that everyone gets their own little pot of softened French butter and like a beautifully sliced fresh baguette.
Yes.
And I would just love to do one of the best dinners that I've ever had was with my dad in France. I was 16 and we were on a cycling trip, and he just laid out one night. He was like, okay, we're going to go for it. And we went to this restaurant and we had the 7-course meal, and he had a whole bottle of wine and I had half bottle of wine. And I don't even remember all the things. I remember pike was on the menu and I had duck and we had like, I don't even know what else, but I just remember rolling out of there feeling so like I don't ever need to eat again. I felt so sated and gluttonous, and we rode our bikes back up the hill to the little hostel that we were staying at. And I would just love to provide that kind of experience for my friends as a birthday. Or my other birthday idea that I would love to do, maybe not this year, but next year, would be I have a friend who went glamping in the Sahara for her birthday. And I would love to do like a tent under the stars with just like every possible North African delicacy that would be available to like my group of 10 or 12 friends. And that would be like my richy rich.
Do you think you could
shopping.
shop for that?
No, I think I would just have to give like a chef, like a Moroccan chef, like here's a, $50,000 budget or whatever.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Worth it.
And also Moroccan hash, like just give it all to me, punch me in the face with it, and then put me to sleep under the stars. Hopefully a lion will come and breathe on me.
Curl up and lay on your legs.
Mhm.
You wake up with a lion on your legs.
Yeah, I don't think there are lions in the Sahara, but that's like part of my dream.
Look, if I'm going to smoke out of Old Faithful, you can hang out with a lion.
I can have a lion sleeping on me in the Sahara under the stars. Yeah, there we go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That sounds beautiful. The butter baguette situation sounds not only so doable for yourself every day,
Good
but
butter.
would you want that like as your afternoon, like your tea, like your break. Like, would you do that for yourself every afternoon? Like heat up a little baguette, get a little French butter, a little
Yeah.
crispy salt, some Maldon or something?
Yeah, I think that, Americans are really funny about their like butter and cheese intake because this makes me think of, when Kristen Wiig does her Paula Deen impression. She's like, boot her now, boot her now, Seth, boot her now. The booter in America, people are funny about it because, I mean, did you grow up on margarine? Did you have margarine or butter in your house?
I grew up on margarine because the news and the ads and the grocery stores, everybody was pushing it as the healthy alternative to butter, which may kill you and your children.
Right. And
Yeah.
then it was just affordable too for me. Like when I
Very
moved
affordable.
out of my parents' house and I went to theater school and all of a sudden I was on a budget.
Yeah,
I had, margarine in my fridge instead of butter.
totally. And with a family who coupons were very important and clipped with purpose, 100%.
And also now I have Earth Balance, which is kind of margarine in my fridge as just a vegan butter alternative. But it is like something that I'm now spending money on again is good butter, because I feel like having good butter and like a good piece of bread is as much of a treat to me as having like an ice cream sundae. You know what I mean?
I absolutely do.
Like I don't actually want sugar as much as I want beautiful creamy butter and a delicious piece of bread with some
I
salt.
fucking hear you. Fuck yes.
I don't need an ice cream sandwich. I just need that tasty butter.
Oh man.
And that's why I look like I do. This abundant, beautiful body.
An abundant, buttery, beautiful bod. That's a great game. I like that game. If anyone wants to chime in with what they would spend their infinite money on when it comes to food and smoke, or any type of cannabis thing, let us know and leave it in the comments on our YouTube at Weed and Grub. Now that we have a couple followers popping off,
That's right.
Drop us a line.
And also, what's your caviar game? If you're into the roe, I would like to know, because we have a picture up here on our screen that you can see. If there's a salmon roe, I think probably, and then caviar. And I've had one or two experiences, I think, with really fancy Russian sturgeon caviar that I've been absolutely, I'm like, oh, of course, I totally get it. But then I had an experience with some other caviar, sturgeon caviar, that I think was from China that I really didn't like. And then I've had roe from various kinds of fish and have enjoyed it sometimes and other times not. Do you have like a roe rating? A roe ranking?
I know what you mean. There have been a couple, I don't have a row ranking, but there have been a couple that tasted really metallic and they just didn't have that salty, briny pop that I'm expecting. And I think that has to do with quality and also maybe the tins that they're being put in are like the metal is like actually seeping in and marinating the little jewels.
Right.
I don't know, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm right there with you.
I would say my row ranking, the number one row would be Roe v. Wade.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
I really did just think of that and had to try it. I knew you weren't going to give me a laugh, but I'm glad I said it. I'm fucking glad I said it.
It is very good.
Satisfied. What else do we have?
Producer Mark wrote, I can't wait for you to see the edit of that moment.
Mark, did you do it back and forth? Yes, I'm so excited. Producer Mark, thank you so much. Actually, on this tip about fancy foods, I had made a video where I made a spicy salmon bagel, and I just wanted to say, someone commented on it and he was like, I can't even listen to what you're saying because I'm just looking at that $25 smoked salmon. And I was like, okay, well, it was a Christmas gift. So, and then he wrote back and he was like, he felt really bad. But I was like, why would you come for someone in the comments of a video just because you disagree with an ingredient? It was just such a weird, people are just so weird. Like, why would you stop scrolling and be like, I can't listen to anything this bitch is saying because her salmon's expensive? And I was like, it was legitimately a gift mailed to me by some fisherman friends. So I just thought that was weird. Also, spicy salmon bagel. If you ever want to make a salmon bagel where you take smoked salmon and then instead of cream cheese, you do sour cream and sliced jalapeno with red onion. And then I also added I had roasted potatoes. So I added roasted potatoes. It was a crazy combination, but it was freaking satisfying. And
Did you make
delicious.
this up with what you had in your fridge?
I did. It was kind of just like what I had going on at the time.
Props. That sounds great. Also, sometimes I'm not a big cream cheese guy, especially with salmon, because they're both kind of like thick textures. Like when you bite through them, you get teeth marks on both.
Mhm.
And I feel like a sour cream, even though yes, it's still creamy, it's like a thinner, cooler, less dense bite than the cream cheese is.
Agree.
That makes so much sense.
Big agree.
Wow.
Yeah, I
brilliant.
recommend trying this.
Okay.
It was
And
real
wait,
good.
potatoes on a bagel?
Yeah, I know. But I had to get rid of them, and I was like, ugh, I just want to use them. And so I thought like thinly slicing them, it worked, honestly, because of the sour cream.
Yeah.
Potatoes with sour cream, jalapenos with sour cream, smoked salmon with sour cream. They all went together.
That's brilliant.
Thank you.
Dang, are you Jewish?
No.
Really?
I'm like 100% Irish and Scottish and Norwegian.
100%
So boring.
5 things.
I'm 100% 5 things. No, I wish I were fucking interesting, but I'm not. I'm 0% interesting.
Because you're stepping up like deli, like, you know how I'm like anti-Jewish delicatessen mostly? If there was something like this in there, I feel like that would step up a lot of Jewish delis game.
You think Russ and Daughters would take it on as a menu item?
Yeah, special, it's the mayo for me.
A collab?
A collab?
Well,
Come on now.
I was inspired by those absolutely insane sandwiches that you brought back at the end of the year from Placerville,
Yeah.
Placerville, however you say it.
Doesn't matter.
Whatever that town is that had those wild sandwiches. I was really, really, because you brought me back a sandwich that was like a Thanksgiving feast sandwich that had mashed potato on it.
Yeah.
That was kind of my thinking with this.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
Put potatoes on a bagel. Why not?
Why not?
Mhm.
Brilliant.
Thanks.
This is the point where we got to shout out the Try Guys.
Because they inspire people to do wild and wacky shit.
Yo, they push the limits in a very like pleasing, fun way. Like I really felt free shooting with them. Shout out to the whole team. And actually, well, I mean, shout out Keith, shout out Zach, but also I went to our mutual friend Brian Wool's birthday, and Desiree was also there, and she's the one who had like set up the whole table and kept taking our toys away so we
Yeah,
could move on
she
and
had
kept it pushing.
Cool hair.
She had that cool, and she was wearing a Taylor Swift Eras tour shirt when we hung out. So I want to shout out Desiree also.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the most fun day at their awesome studio, and we smoked Purple Haze, and then they had just a stack of things to do while high, and we got to smell markers, and we played lemon baseball, and we
Hit a car.
Yeah, we had a car with the lemon baseball. We get under gravity blankets. We sat in the dark. We learned cool space facts. It was just like a great time. And you can watch the show. It's under the Try Guys channel. It's called Smoke Show. And it was a blast. And there's a half-hour like edited version, but then you can watch the whole unedited, which I haven't seen yet, on their YouTube Patreon. There's a free tier where you can watch it for free.
Yeah. And I just want to shout out YouTube for being so cool and
Yeah.
so chill
So
about,
chill.
Things that should be chill. Like
Mhm.
they love Smoke Show. They don't
love-
age gate anything. They are open to a free market society where you can create and just do whatever you want. And they are in full support of that. And so I just want to say thank you, YouTube. I really appreciate how much you appreciate us.
In honor of how cool YouTube is, I am not going to light this awesome joint that I brought.
Because they would.
And we will smoke it off camera.
Right. And they want you to.
Yeah, they want me to not light it, but I will talk about it.
Exactly.
And how much we love it, and how much we're grateful that we get to do cool stuff like the Try Guys and Smoke Show, and hang out with anyone who comes on this podcast, or anyone who cares about cannabis and comedy and food like we do. Like, we love it. And sometimes we don't show it on YouTube because those guys are wild.
Yeah.
They're wild.
They is. And I also want to give the Try Guys props for, with intention, making a Smoke Show. That, like, these guys, I've known and followed them for
Your whole
carry
life.
the 8. Hold on. I got the math. 6, 12,
Sorry.
7, a while.
Mhm.
And for them to want to do this kind of show, knowing full well that YouTube is going to tisk them, I think it's so freaking cool. And it's also like, we're all adults. What are we doing? Let's go.
Yeah.
And like, props for that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. And, they are using their platform to raise awareness about the current situation that's going on with cannabis at a state and federal level, with people being in prison. And that, like, there was one comment that was really infuriating. It was like, why are you guys doing this dumb shit and you're not raising awareness of what's going on? They, just like we, are trying to do the same thing, like let people know about what's really good and important around what we love about cannabis and also the realities of what's happening to people who are still in prison for the plant. So
exactly. And like the old saying is, a tablespoon of salt helps the sugar move around. So you've got to do both.
That's what they say.
Exactly.
The salt is what's important.
Roe v. Wade.
Yep. Overturned a year and a half ago, and I've been screaming about it ever since.
Oh my God. Your Russ and Daughters spicy salmon sandwich is Roe v. Wade overturned, and that's because you serve it open face and then you put both halves on each other.
I'm never going to sell a Roe v. Wade overturned sandwich, dude.
No, we're overturning the overturning.
Oh, okay.
I'll be there to explain it to each person.
Great.
So, because right now it's
Roe v. Wade reinstated. Thank you.
Did you see my eyes panic about the word?
Yeah. Oh, it's a Roe v. Wade overturned sandwich. Awesome. I support that. No, we do not. No, we do not.
No, we don't.
No.
Overturned.
Yeah, overturned, reinstated.
Yes.
Fantastic. We'll just add a spoonful of Roe to the sandwich. It'll be perfect.
I'm saying. Do you want to get to the news?
Oh, yeah. Let's do the news. And thanks again, Try Guys. That was cool. We'll come back literally anytime.
Truly anytime.
The news is in keeping with how we've been starting out our year with Weed and Grub, is kind of not news. Like last week we did the big blueberry bang explosion that as a thought experiment that was so fun from was he a physicist?
Astrophysicist.
Yeah. So this week the news is that there was a weed dinner on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that I didn't hear about.
And nobody did.
So we're reporting it now because it's not news. But also, that's news.
That is.
It's a network show. It's on Bravo, Real Housewives. I'm not a Bravo head. I heard about it because I listened to That's Messed Up, a SVU podcast with Lisa Traeger and Kara Clank, and they were talking about it because they are massive Bravo heads. And they were talking about, Lisa was like, yeah, I want to go get high with them, and how like Denise Richards evidently showed up at this dinner and was just out of control, but she wasn't high. It seemed like maybe she was on some pills, maybe some drinking, but it was catered by the herbal chef.
Chris
Sage.
That's cool.
And I just thought it was so this is the screen grab that we have up here is one of the Real Housewives, Sutton, who decided at this weed dinner to just light up a joint. And also that was like a big point of contention because people were like, how rude for her to smoke at this dinner. And it was just really funny. So I reached out to a friend of the pod, Jordan, who is our Real Housewives correspondent, to just be like, what's up with this? Do you know about this dinner? And she was like, yeah, it was totally crazy. Everyone kind of went off the rails. The weirdest part, she said, was that Chris came out and was asking everyone what they wanted their dosage to be for their dinner. He was like, I recommend 10 milligrams. And a lot of them were like 5 milligrams. I'll do 5, like totally respectable. And then there was one who was like, I'll do 1 milligram. And everyone was like, why bother?
Yeah.
And then this gal Sutton just lit up a joint, and I guess Denise Richards was all kind of fucked up on pills. But the whole thing like just passed me by in popular consciousness. And I just thought that was such a big deal.
It's huge.
That there was a cannabis dinner, an infused dinner on this show.
One of the most popular reality shows of all time.
And I hadn't heard about it. And that to me just signified such a shift in popular consciousness that this wasn't like plastered all over every fucking, because I read news.
Right.
And I didn't hear about it. Like it didn't even pop.
If I'm hearing you correctly, it's good that it wasn't a big deal.
Yes.
Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a cool way to think of it. Because I was thinking of it as like this screen grab has the Bravo logo, a woman smoking a joint, and that was on a TV show. And that is like, whoa. Like, what does that mean?
Should be a huge deal.
But the fact that it's not is actually an even bigger deal.
Yep.
Fucking great point. Will
Exactly
you keep saying more about that? Because it's so spot on. Or if you pulled up what Jordan said?
No, I mean, I don't think there's much more to say about it without like recapping the episode, which just sounds like, I think it was actually kind of like an iconic dinner. My understanding, not being a Real Housewives fan, is that like we all know about the iconic dinners where someone like hisses like that white cat meme and like, you know, things get thrown and people get really upset. I think this dinner was very specifically like that. Like things did get kind of
Oh,
out of
geez.
hand.
Okay.
I don't know if it was because of the weed or not, but I think the fact that the cannabis aspect of it wasn't reported when I looked it up, it was like, yeah, it was in Us Weekly and Daily Beast.
Sure,
and
but that's
everything.
like publicists doing their job.
Yeah, it wasn't, I didn't know about it until I heard Lisa and Kara talking about it on a podcast. And then I reached out to Jordan and was like, I'm sorry, what? And she was like, yeah, what did she write? Hang on a second. She just wrote, hang on a second.
Tell Mike, if he ever salts your latkes again, I will murder him.
She does say that. Yep, she did say that. And then she said, Denise Richards didn't even eat the weed dinner. That's what's so annoying. I think she took a Xanax or something before she came because that was not weed. And all these lame ass housewives were like, I'll have 1 milligram. And then my favorite Sutton lights up a joint and is just like, fuck this. But Denise makes a big talk about how she doesn't smoke weed before she started. And I guess, yeah, it was just like, there was some back and forth about the weed aspect of it, but it seems like it was pretty normalized and pretty freaking mainstream. If the Real Housewives are, just consuming on camera and not really worrying about it, I think it's great.
That's an exciting thing for any, I hope, including myself. And if you're interested, like that means that we can make weed content, but it's never going to be enough to actually move the needle anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the stories of Willie Nelson smoking at the White House are from a time that makes it like, holy crap, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that it would move the needle in the same way now, which is actually a good thing in terms of normalization. Federal legalization, people in prison. Yeah. Like all the things that we beat the drum on all the fucking time. But in the media and in culture, it's kind of like a blasé, it is what it is, whatever kind of a thing.
Now it's just a piece of it's part of the background. And that's, obviously we don't want it to fade completely into the background and be totally normalized until we have all of the things around it that we are talking about, right? Getting people out of prison and making sure that nobody is suffering for lack of access, that, medical patients still are having access in the right way, that it's not entirely being commodified by fucking huge multinational corporations when it does go federally legal. All those things, yes, but also, what's up? I'm just smoking a joint here at this dinner party and that's totally fine. Great.
Yeah.
So exciting.
That's actually a really great news story. I like more of this in the new year.
It's like a not news story.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And also I would love to smoke with the Real Housewives.
I don't want to ever meet any of them. Although I feel like they're in the same camp, the Vanderpump Rules people.
Yeah.
I just think of all reality. I don't even know if they're related. Is Vanderpump Rules related to Real Housewives? I think not. Yes? One of them was the person who... I can't just listen to you because it'll be dead silence, but Mark is saying yes.
Mark is saying yes. He said it's because of the restaurant. There's a tie-in through the restaurant.
Okay, Pump. Yes. Thank you, Mark. So the reality stars of that show have been kind of in your world, which was really interesting because Ariana Madix.
Well, listen, Ariana, I know you listen to this podcast. Where is your sandwich shop? We have been waiting for years for this sandwich shop to open. I did a show with you at UCB where you're there promoting your sandwich shop. Where's the shop?
Shout out
when
Lindsay
is it
Ames.
opening?
Make
Shout
that
out
sandwich.
Lindsay Ames. Shout out Billy Lee. Billy Lee. Shout out Tom Sandoval, weirdly sitting in the front row at my Comedy Store show. I did not appreciate that because everyone was looking at you instead of the people on stage, and I think you knew that.
Oh, absolutely.
And I do not like that, Tom Sandoval. But overall, you were very nice and it was a good time. But Ariana, where is your sandwich shop?
Yeah, Ariana, we want to know. I want to come and eat a motherfucking sandwich and then interview you about it for my Substack. But point being, Ariana, you have met her and know her a little bit, and I met her backstage at your show.
Yeah, she was very nice.
James's show, and she was so fucking nice. So I would want to like hang out and smoke weed with her. I don't know about the rest of them though. Or Billy Lee was super nice as well.
Yeah,
that's true.
Great hang for smoking.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if I would. They just all seem so fucking crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Denise Richards especially. But I mean, Jesus, that's what being married to Charlie Sheen will do to you, I guess.
I guess so.
I mean, I met that guy when I interviewed him for a High Times cover feature. And I spent a couple of hours with him, and he just like radiates insanity, but he's also incredibly charismatic and cool. I had a great time with him, but
in that dose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know. He was super nice. He did nothing weird with me, but I cannot imagine that he was easy to be married to, so maybe I'd be popping pills too. Anywho,
Mm,
Real Housewives, smoking weed.
I love it. And also congrats, Chris. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a cool feather in your macaroni cap.
Yeah, the herbal chef.
Yeah.
On Real Housewives. Fuck yes.
Nice. Yeah, not bad that he's a real hot smoke show himself.
He is a hot smoke show.
So, are we doing this?
Yeah, you want to? Do we have time?
We have time.
We have time to do this.
We're going to
Okay.
cut. You know what? Let's do a 2-for-1.
Okay.
Let's eat these cookies while we do a card pull.
Okay, cool.
You know what I mean?
Let's
Because
do it.
you have been bringing snacks to every single episode.
I've been trying.
And I have brought them once, which I think is even. And so
Yeah, you brought that beautiful banana pudding.
I brought some banana pudding once. You've been your
And
snack
you brought
game.
sandwiches. Come on, you're doing great.
All right, thanks.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm probably doing a little bit better than you. And
You're
so
doing fine. Jesus Christ.
And so this week, I'm stealing your thunder, unless you want me to talk while you
Please,
shuffle.
please go ahead. I opened them up because these were actually a gift from your family. I received these in my Christmas package from Wendy and Steve and Patrick and Matthew. Thank you so much. Super amazing package. And Milano holiday double dark chocolate cookies were in there. So I brought them in to share.
This is such a top sandwich cookie for me.
Yeah.
Such a top sandwich cookie.
Number
If I were
one.
to rank, this would probably be third for me.
Oh, wow.
Number 1 double stuffed Oreo / nope. Number 1 double stuffed Oreo.
Okay.
Number 2 double stuffed EL fudge.
Mhm.
Number 3 Milano.
Wow. Okay, that's a good ranking. I've never had the fudge ones that you're talking about.
Oh, I will find them and bring them.
I would say Pepperidge Farm has a really good stuffed cookie that I enjoy. Above that for me would be the Oreo Devil stuff, and Milano for me is number 1.
This is your number 1?
It's my number 1.
Hey, great job to my family, and
Yeah.
thank you for sharing these with me.
Thank you, Glazers.
Yeah, so I'm going to eat this on camera while we do what?
Yeah, so you're going to take this Animal Oracle deck. This is a deck of cards that I brought in to just do a 1 card pull for a little just energetic. It's not forecasting or anything. It's just like, I sat down on New Year's Eve and I lit an intention candle and I did all sorts of stuff for like letting go of the old year and welcoming in the new. And I pulled a really cool card that I will tell you about afterwards if you want to hear about it.
Quite cool.
But it was really meaningful and cool for me to just like, kind of like focus and meditate on and be like, that's neat. It's a good little harbinger for me. Obviously, this isn't meaningful beyond whatever it is that you want it to be. But, and I also pulled a card for my friend Allison, and she felt like it was really connected to what she wanted for the new year. So I thought I would bring it in and
I'm
offer
all
you a
about
card
this.
pull.
I'm new me Swift E, because I'll tell you what, every day I am saying my mantra and my manifestations out loud every single day. I haven't missed a day since I think beginning of December, and 3 different things have come true that were a part of my out loud manifestation. Sometimes I wake up and I say them in bed. More times than not, I wait until I'm in the shower so I can really commit to them, because I think shower energy is its own like kind of awakening energy, and you can really get in there and say them like you mean them. But either way, I'm all about this stuff this year. It used to scare me because I don't want to go to a fortune teller and then feel like my flow is being swayed by rocks. I like free will is so important to me that I don't want anyone to infiltrate my mind with something that might be it might knock me off of my course, and my course is my course. But I'm open to this now because I've seen the power of saying things out loud and having them happen. So let's fucking pull an animal, because this is exciting.
Okay. So you can just shuffle them however you want.
Also, I rambled about that because I'm nervous.
No, I know. But I mean, the cool thing about it is that it has whatever meaning you assign to it. So like I've been pulling cards consistently every single day since New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some days where I feel like it's super meaningful and I'll actually journal about it. And then there are other days where I'm like, nah, I don't feel like I need to listen to that.
Okay.
So it's for you. It's whatever you think. So you shuffled them.
Yeah.
So you just cut them and hand them back to me. And this is the Druid Animal Oracle deck. And I'm excited to see.
Okay.
All right.
Cut and handed.
So your animal is the Earth Dragon.
Cool. Ooh, the artwork is
Here,
sexy.
Hold on to that while I do a little reading for you. The Earth Dragon, the keywords are power, potential, and riches. Does that feel right?
It does. I mean, you're circling everything I'm saying out loud every morning. Whoa.
The Earth Dragon brings us face to face with our potential. Within us, we have a treasure house of riches, of powers and capacities which we can learn how to use. In the past, we may have been denied access by the guardian of this treasure, but now we are coming to understand that this sometimes fierce guardian is in reality an aspect of ourselves. By coming to know and love the Earth Dragon, we will be able to unlock the secrets of our heart, and at the same time, we will find ourselves discovering the beauty and the power that lie within the hearts of those around us and in the very Earth itself.
I feel so seen.
Good.
I am an Earth Dragon.
Awesome.
This is the year for me and my riches and my potential. Thank you, Mary Jane.
You're welcome.
What a great pull. Could I do one for you? I'm not sure how, but can we do one?
I can do one really quickly. I'll just shuffle and
do I need to hold them or read them?
Sure. I'll cut. I can read, but I'll cut.
I know how to read.
Oh, you want to read?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably do it in a British accent.
Here, pull that top one. That's mine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
What is it?
Horse.
A horse. Okay.
I'll read it while you hold it so it charges up with the energy.
Okay, hang on a second.
Of horse.
I'm going to
You're a horsewoman.
The last time I pulled a salmon, which felt super cool because my dad was a salmon biologist and the salmon is all about returning to the source to renew.
Yeah. Do you have a tattoo like that too?
I do.
Yeah.
I have a salmon tattoo.
Okay, horse. Keywords: the goddess, the land, and travel. Meaning, the spirit of each horse. Another pronunciation is ech. So
great.
The spirit of ech calls us to journey, to travel. This may manifest itself as a desire to travel in the physical world, or we may be drawn to voyaging in the inner realms. She brings us energy and speed and connects us to the power of both the land and the sun. The horse goddess is patroness of the complete life cycle of birth, death, and afterlife and rebirth. By working with the spirits of Ech, we will grow to feel comfortable with every aspect of the life cycle, knowing that the goddess protects and guides us through each of its stages.
Beautiful.
Wow.
I love her. Thanks, Mike.
Horse and the Dragon.
Cool.
Weed and Grub, Horse and Dragon.
Horse and Dragon, moving into 2024 with some Horse and Dragon energy.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I feel dragony.
Cool beans. I love it for you.
Yeah.
Good.
I've got a hunger, and I don't want to burn it down, but I want to swirl all over the top of it with my shadow, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you for sharing those.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Have you had a Milano yet?
I haven't. I'm going to have one right now while we do our next bit, which is Creamed Corner, I believe.
Yeah. So while you munch and crunch, I've got another celebration. This is a nice celebratory episode. So I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. My very first job was working at Emo's Pizza. I sold weed out of the back to a bunch of people, and I worked the cash register in front and did a little bit of pizza making, if you would call it that, and a little bit of prep, if you would call it that. I mean, it's a chain. It's not hard. And I love Emo's Pizza. Every time I go back to St. Louis, I get it. It's the square beyond compare. I'm on their grid next to Simone Biles. They follow very few people. I made the cut. Feels great. And now, big news, a bill is up for St. Louis style Provel cheese. And Provel cheese, Emo's put it on the map for Provel cheese to become the official cheese of Missouri. How do I vote from here?
Wow.
Let's get it going. Missouri State Representative Andrew Schwadron, a Republican, I don't like that, tossed the idea through HB 2819, dubbing Provel cheese as the prominent St. Louis cuisine. Well, that's a little cuisine? I don't know about that. It is filled with chemicals and it melts weird because of those chemicals, and it's not real cheese. I think you can't put the word cheese on it. It has to be like cheese type substance.
Cheese product.
And so the idea of it being that does kind of fit as a prominent St. Louis cuisine.
Would you vote for this?
Of course.
Okay.
Especially because nobody knows Provel. Nobody has had it unless you've been to Missouri. You've ordered Emo's to be delivered to you through like Good Goldbelly or something. But everybody knows what it is. They're like, oh yeah, it has that weird cheese, right? That weird cheese product, right? So yes, is it the prominent cuisine? I mean, I might also throw toasted ravioli in there, but I don't know that has the same. Well, let me backtrack on that because we're talking about the official cheese of Missouri, not cuisine of Missouri. So I do think it's the official cheese of Missouri. And So shout out to Emos, the Square Beyond Compare, and shout out to Provel Cheese. And the bill has been introduced and read at least 2 times on the floor. That's so fun.
That's amazing.
We're number 1 in crime. We're number 1 in murder.
Yeah.
We have like potholes that will swallow your car in downtown Missouri.
Yeah.
But we are taking the time twice to read the official cheese ballot on the floor. And boy, oh boy, do I hope something gets passed.
You said he's a Republican?
Yeah.
It seems like he's trying to do a little smoke screen in front of some of the other issues that are going on, including abortion access and all of the other fucking problems that are happening in Missouri. He's like, but let's talk cheese.
Guys, how fun is this?
Come on, Provel. Everybody loves Provel.
But I will also, but my flip of that, my pushback against that is we do need fun. We do need things that enliven, enrich, and build community in St. Louis because it is such a dangerous, fucked up place, and it has only gotten worse every time I visit. So if we can rally around the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team, the Blues, our hockey team, winning the Stanley Cup, and that can build community and morale, I think that an official cheese of Missouri is also a great morale builder in a time when we are number 1 in all the things we don't want to be.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I heard. Sorry, got that turn of phrase wrong. I heard you.
Tablespoon of salt.
I heard you. Do you think that there would be a Provel cheese head kind of like Wisconsin sort of like style?
And it's like melty.
Is it just like a melting?
It looks like a cheese chandelier.
It would just look like someone shot a load on your head.
When I say cheese, you say product. Cheese.
Product.
Cheese.
Product.
Yeah.
Would buy merch.
Yeah.
Would wear hat.
A Provel head?
Yeah, a melting cheese Provel hat. Would buy.
That's awesome. Put it on the goddamn Missouri flag.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We need something.
We really do. So in this case, yes, definitely a smoke screen. Also a morale booster.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good cream corner.
You want to get to Buds of the Week and get out of here?
Let's get to the Buds of the Weeks. Real quick, too, I wanted to shout out, I was going to smoke this on camera and then I elected not to because YouTube, but we will light it up afterwards. I'm really enjoying these Substance Premium pre-rolls, and you can check them out. Go to californiasubstance.com. And they donate $8.46 of every pack towards reparations and justice for getting incarcerated people out of prison. And that $8.46 was inspired by the 8 minutes and 46 seconds that it took for George Floyd to be killed. And it's very specifically about ending mass incarceration. And it's just like they're a cool cannabis company with a cool an important mission. And I just really wanted to say that before we end this pod, because I was going to smoke it and then I didn't.
CaliforniaSubstance.com.
CaliforniaSubstance.com. They're called Substance Pre-Rolls. They come in these cool little, I keep saying cool. They're so cool. It's so cool. Everything's so cool. They come in small packs. They're sort of, I think what most people would call a dog walker. Nice little personal joint size. Perfect for me. Share the pack, not the joint. TM, it says on the side. I just dig them.
That's awesome. They are really great.
They're awesome.
Let's
and cool.
Try one as soon as we are done with this.
They're cool and awesome.
How are they?
Awesome and cool and awesome and cool. Like my Buds of the Week, who are super cool.
Transition queen over here.
Yo, Segue King and Transition Queen. My Buds of the Week are Amanda and Olivia, who have started the Big Business Baby Women podcast. They are stoners. They are friends. They are women doing business. They are big business baby women. And I just went on the pod, had a great time with them. They're very funny. And they're friends with just an awesome vibe. And honestly, sitting with them made me not yearn for, but like really have fond memories of our first days podcasting together when you and I were just like, we don't know what we're doing, but it's a vibe.
Yeah.
Like, not to say that these guys didn't know what they were doing. They super did. They had a whole team of people with lights and sound equipment, which you and I did not because it was just us. But it did remind me of that, like that just bubbling energy of like just getting started as friends and like setting out on a cool adventure and you don't know where you're going to end up. So shout out to those two for starting something and being cool about it and having me on. And good luck, and subscribe to Big Business Baby Women podcast. I also just think it's so funny because they ask you questions like, you know, in what ways are you baby? But then also they legitimately want to know about your big business aspirations. And they asked me to show them how to crack an egg with one hand. Like, we had a good time.
That's a blast.
Yeah, it was a really good time. They also made me sing some of the mean comments on my videos, like
Fun.
reading mean tweets, but we had to sing them. It was good. I got to sing about having some dude told me that I had sanpaku eyes. Do you know what that is?
No.
We could talk about it off pod. It was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you sang about it.
I
Or you
did.
sang it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Shout out those guys
Good
who
butt
are
of the
cool
week.
and awesome.
My cool, awesome butt of the week is Alex Lewis. Loser. Jesus Christ. Take 2. My butt of the week this week is Alex Lewis. At I ate, the number 8, I ate a thumbtack. Alex and we were at Brian Wool's birthday party, hadn't seen each other in a long time. Great to reconnect with him. He is part of the band Lou Burger. So Keith from Try Guys also has a great band called Lou Burger that Alex and our friend Huey are both in. And Brian opens for them, and they go on a tour. They just did off Broadway. They're about to go on tour again. Great, great dudes. Especially Alex. I really connect with him on a lot of things, but also, like, we talked because we were at a bar for Brian's birthday. Alex has never had a sip of alcohol because he's so scared to throw up. And so he's only thrown up 3 times in his life. I hope he doesn't mind me telling this tale. But once when he was like 5, once when he was 7, and once when Lou Burger was on a college tour and some fraternity was like, we're going to make dinner for you guys. And they made them bone in chicken parmesan. And so you know that cheese was melted, you know that those breadcrumbs were crispy, and you know that bone-in chicken was raw as could be on the inside there. And it's the 3rd time he puked. He's just a straight shooter, a big heart, really talented musician, and it was really great to reconnect with him. And I hope we hang out more in the future. So my butt of the week this week is Alex.
Nice butt of the week. I can't wait to follow him and learn more about his work.
He's freaking talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that Lou Burger are just like all over the country right now doing cool stuff. So
They are.
fucking awesome.
I mean, good luck getting a ticket, but they're about to go back on tour. So if you can get a ticket, you should absolutely go see them live.
Fantastic.
And enjoy Brian's stand-up. His opening set for them is crazy. So
Amazing.
yeah, good butt of the week. Tied into Try Guys. Keith, I'm trying to make connections.
Yeah. I saw you connected with a camel the other night.
Okay, we'll end on this.
Ah.
This is why LA is amazing. I was supposed to go support a friend and go to their stand-up show and watch it, but I was walking to the Comedy Store and there was a gym opening. And they had a petting zoo. And I can't think of a more brilliant marketing thing to get you to go into the gym and possibly talk about memberships than the ability to meet a camel named Chico, some alpacas, little pigs and goats running around. Like, what a dream. So I'm walking to the Comedy Store. I see a camel eating a bunch of hay. I was like, can I come pet that? And the woman was like, of course. And so I go meet this camel named Chico. We have a great time. I'm taking pictures with him. And I missed my friend's show. But if you don't understand why I got held up, then you ain't a real friend. I would never hold it against anyone if I was like, where were you? I thought you were going to come to the show. And instead you got to meet a camel named Chico. Yo, sorry. I understand.
Camels are important.
Camels are important, especially when I didn't get the gym membership.
Oh,
I didn't fall for it.
You just got in and out of there with just a camel pet.
Exactly.
Good job.
Made a new friend.
That's the 2024 energy. Freaking awesome. Well, this has been a good time, Mike. Everyone,
time.
check us out on Instagram at Weed and Grub, on TikTok at Mike and Mary Jane. Email us at wg@weedandgrub.com if you have questions, complaints, topics you want to hear us cover, things you never want to hear us talk about again. What else we got?
I really think that's it.
Okay.
That was great.
If you want to DM me at this, it's the mail for me. I'm interested in sandwich suggestions. Yeah, email or DM Mike at Glazer at Boohoo.
Nope, I'm banned for a month
from
on Instagram.
Are you really?
No, I'm banned for a month. I tried to appeal. We can end on this, but I put the guy who jumped into the water at the Bass Pro Shop naked.
Yes.
When he got arrested, his body looked like Venus de Milo. So I put a picture of him next to de Milo, but I forgot to cover his bits on the picture, and it blew up and it went viral, and then someone reported it and it got taken down, and then I did an appeal, and then I lost that, and then I did an appeal to the oversight committee, and we're in talks, but I'm going to lose that too, of course. And I got a message from them today saying your account will not be pushed out to non-followers until further notice, and you cannot you can post, you can do all of those things, but we will not be promoting your account on the platform for a moment.
Okay. I have a workaround. We'll talk about it off pod.
I would love it because I am a part of a community finally that I
Jesus.
am loving,
I just had
and I can't even celebrate with them.
I had the same thing happen in my account because of cannabis related stuff, and I got restricted, and there's a workaround. We'll talk about it off pod.
I'm so glad to bring it up because I'm a Swiftie and I want to be a part of that community.
Got it.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.